might have to turn the radio off.
Why?
Why?
So we'd like to welcome you to our new season 2 of our very fine podcast.
Welcome, welcome.
The original podcast was just something we came up with, and now we're waiting on news for our season 4 of the TV series.
But the podcast has really taken off, hasn't it? People like listening to it. We like doing it, and we want to keep doing it. This time we're looking at cars we might buy, but we might also look over cars that we can't buy because they're not for sale, and that's okay. We're lending an assessment or an opinion.
So if you're listening and you've got an interesting car, you probably know what we like, then get in touch.
We're also recording many of these episodes on video. Not quite a television show, but see what you think.
Shh, Gus, the podcast is starting.
Oh, is it now? Thank you for staying with us. I hope you like the cars we found. Sun is shining.
We are enjoying a lovely, lovely, lovely day. Gus, it's your turn.
It's my turn. It's my turn. And should we just say to the listeners that we are returning to a place where we have found a treasure trove, haven't we, of cars?
We have, a treasure trove and a new friend.
Yes.
Who's very, very kindly letting us just like we're inviting you people to, get in touch if you want us to podcast your cars. Well, our new friend is doing exactly that, but he's got a shed full.
He has got a shed full of cars, and they're all relevant. They're all the sort of cars that we would want on the programme. They're interesting cars, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. Yes. So we've got loads of them.
So we're coming back again, and it sort of makes a bit of a mockery of our covering up a car, guessing what it is. Although I suppose I could have done that, but I haven't done that.
Ah.
But
making me wait outside the building then.
Shall we do the walkie round the corner thing?
Yes, okay.
Let's do the walkie round the corner, and then we'll see. Well, turn your back so you don't see it.
Oh, I've just seen it. I can see it's a green one.
It's a green one. Well, there we go. Can I tell you why I've chosen this car?
Yes.
A, I think we should do one on our programme. Mm-hmm. B, it was a massive car for Porsche because when they, we better explain what this car is.
Yeah. What year is it? What model is it? Because as far as I can see at the moment, it's a green one.
Okay, it's a green Porsche Boxster. It's the first generation, although it's a sort of a 1.5, because this is a 2.7. Okay. So it's slightly changed. It's got a slightly changed interior as well. But it was a massive car for Porsche because they were on their knees, really, and they needed something to appeal to the masses. So they produced the Boxster, which was a very, I'm going to say, tamed Porsche. You had the 911, which was...
The Boxster, Larry.
Yeah, Larry.
Frightening, and everybody wanted the one with a ginormous engine, which you couldn't really drive very well if you weren't particularly good at driving Porsches.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and that is where this car... So this is a lot of numbers, but this is a 986, and the corresponding 911 was the 996, and they were the first water... I know. The Germans like a number,
They do. They love their numbers.
Yeah.
And I can't keep track of them. So anyway, I'm going to smile and nod politely.
The only reason that they stick in my mind is because at the time when this came out, I was photographing cars for car magazines. So I photographed this on its launch when it came, and it was a big deal for Porsche. The water-cooled engine was a big deal for Porsche because they had to update, they had to make it water-cooled because of emissions, blah, blah, blah. It had to be the water-cooled engine. And this was the first incarnation of it. And it was a user-friendly Porsche. That's what this was.
Yeah, and I suppose what they were trying to do is keep the idea of Porsche and the ethos of the 911 still there.
Yes.
But make a car for everybody.
Yes.
You didn't have to have specialist skills in keeping your foot on the floor, going around the corners, and knowing exactly where your traction is going to disappear.
Yeah. Well, it was a thing, wasn't it? I mean, definitely for my generation, pre these cars, owning a 911, I think they called them iron bottoms or something, the Germans. Okay. I don't know what the name is in German. But they were, the suspension was harsh. They take every opportunity to throw you into the countryside.
Yeah, that's right. That tree wants to come and say hello. No, it's not the tree.
Yeah.
It's the Porsche wanting to lose traction on a long sweeping corner, and you go and introduce yourself to it face first.
Yeah, well, that's
back end.
And you had to know what you were doing. And this, I think, was the first generation with PSM, which was the Porsche Stability control and all those sort of things to make this user-friendly came out in this generation.
They did really push the boat out, didn't they? And it was a big risk as well because, with all completely different running gears to what they've been used to forever.
Yeah.
It's always works on a similar sort of format. A new engine.
Yes.
That's a big thing for a big company that's got a lot of heritage to force that through. And it's a big risk.
Yeah, it is a big risk.
And I know these engines did have some problems, but we'll come to that.
Well, I think that's. I think we should go to that because I think we should, on the telly program we should do one because they're relatively cheap. It's a lot of car for the money.
Yeah.
But the problems, the engine problems.
There's a balance shaft bearing arrangement that was a failure point.
Yes.
As far as I remember.
Yeah. There was a de-chunking thing, but I think that was very early engines. Mm-hmm. But if they get to this age, this is a 2000 car, if they get to this age, they're not going to go. If they haven't gone, they're not going to go, are they?
I do, as I understand it, with people who do know more about these than I do, it's the sort of thing that if it's going to happen, it happens earlier in its life.
Yeah, exactly.
And if it's... Well, I don't know how many miles this car's done, but if it hasn't done it by the time it's like 2/3 of the way through a normal life, then it's not going to do it.
No, I don't think so.
But I know people have this sort of standard paranoia. Has that been fixed?
Yeah.
It costs like 1,500 quid to get fixed. It can kill an engine.
It's an expensive fix because the engine's got to come out to do it.
Yeah.
But I think that we had it with MGF, didn't we? And you have it with lots of cars. With our MGF we're selling, people were like, well, has it had a head gasket fitted? And you think, well, no, it hasn't, but it didn't need one. No, I mean, if it went, you'd fix it, it would need one. But
and with the MGF, they don't just blow head gaskets for the sake of it.
No.
It's usually some sort of maintenance-based issue.
Yeah, corrosion in the pipes, mostly, isn't it?
Yeah, and that's lack of antifreeze.
Yeah.
Or lack of proper sort of changing of the coolant that should be in the car.
Yeah.
Which, as it turns out, should be that nasty green colour, which we thought was a biohazard when we trained ours out.
but I think it's an interesting conundrum with this car, isn't it? With this generation, so first generation Boxster. If you're going to buy one cheaply to sell one, are you going to come up against that? Is it going to knock the price? If it hasn't been done, you can't prove that it's been done. I just think it's interesting.
Yes and yes, it's always going to knock the price because people are. They're known for it as a flaw, so that's marred them.
Yes.
And then even people who have the confidence that, if it hasn't gone already, then it's probably not going to, then there's still that underlying element.
Yeah, yeah.
Anyway.
Well, so shall we look at this car in particular?
Yeah, because I can see it. Actually, it's a pretty good 20-yarder already.
Shall we? Shall we go and give it the 20 yards?
Give it the 20 yards.
Let's give it the full 20 yards.
Yeah.
I'd say that was 20 yards.
Yeah.
Can I just say, before we get any further, that I've got a real problem with these wheels. I always had a problem with these wheels.
Well, see, the problem is the fact that they look like they've come off a Toyota.
Well, it's because they're so let's try and explain it to the listeners. They're 5-spoke. They're the standard wheels that were on the first generation Boxster. I'm sure everybody who knows Boxster can picture them. They're 5-spoke, but the spokes are sort of leaning forwards, bizarrely. If it's on the other side, it would be leaning backwards.
Hold on,
that's weird, isn't it? They're sort of wobbly web, but not quite.
Yeah, it's that go faster look.
It's supposed to. So the trailing edge of the arm as it was running is further back. It's either leaping in like that or it's like the wheel's twisting and it's leaning back. Yeah.
Either way, it's a go faster look. Now,
I think they just look awkward.
I think there's an optical illusion going on here.
Why?
Because when you were kneeling on the floor over there, I got my head down low and I was looking at the wheel pretty flat on.
Yeah, well, from down at wheel
From down
height.
low.
Yeah.
And the spokes, yes, they do that thing, and it doesn't look quite as jarring as when you walk up to the car.
Yes, you're getting a different aspect of it.
The spokes also have a curve to them, coming out from the car.
Yeah.
I think if when you walk up to it and you look down onto that shape, it's like, it's a funny bubble, and the spoke just looks weird.
So you think that they've been designed from looking flat on, but they've put the third dimension in them and they look a bit weird?
Yeah, they didn't have 3D CAD drawing when they designed these, did they?
Well, I don't know.
I still think they look like they came off a Toyota.
Wow.
Well, I think that's the problem for me.
Okay.
I think it's really, they just don't look quite executive enough. They don't look quite as Porsche.
They
As
look-
they should. They could have.
So this car in particular was bought for £6,000,
Okay.
and I think
Are we being offered it for that?
no, we're not being offered it. It's owned by the owner here,
Yeah.
and he wants to keep it. But that's what he paid for it. And I think what we should do, the game we should play is we should look around this car and see that if we could buy a car for this price, whether there was any margin in it.
Okay.
I've seen these for sale from 7 to 10, 11, 12.
That
you know.
backs up what I was just thinking. If he's paid £6,000 for this car, I think he's done very well.
I think he has as
But
well.
let's have a look and see how well he's done, because we haven't got very far. We've done a quick 20-yarder.
Yeah.
And it looks kind of okay.
It does look okay.
From over there.
Have we said that it's in this beautiful dark green, this Porsche? I don't think
Are we
we've
going to
said
give
that
this a
yet.
name? This colour?
I'm going to make up a name, and I'm going to call it Forest Green. What do you think?
Bottle green.
It is definitely more bottle green than forest green, isn't it? I'm going to call it Sherwood Green because I thought that.
Oh, that's nice. Robin Hood, Robin Hood.
It's clearly got its own colour.
It's
But
quite-
but it is a bottle green, isn't it?
It's quite a
dark
pleasing
bottle green.
colour.
Yeah.
As far as greens go, because you can go. I tell you what, if it was a shade more,
Darker.
a shade more darker, it would be slightly better.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I like it. I
think
it.
if
as
it were a
is.
shade lighter, it would be slightly weird.
I had a Forester in a very similar colour to this one.
Oh, that's why you're calling it Forester. No, I get it.
So we'll go around this car and see what we think, and we can play that game. The only thing I'm going to say at this point, as a bit of a caveat, is that I don't have the keys to it, so we aren't going to be able to find out how many miles it's done.
Ah,
Yeah, I know. I mean,
Okay.
That's going to be.
hey, let's get detective.
Let's get detective. Will is
Let's
on
get
his
to-
knees in front of the car. He is detecting the bumper.
I am detecting the bumper.
And what are
I'm-
you detecting?
I'm finding there is a ding that's been cleaned up, painted over badly. because
Oh yeah.
yeah, I'm looking for damage. You know, it's a stone chip damage.
Yeah.
Is
Well,
always
there's
a
a
pretty
ding on
good
this side that
indicator.
hasn't been covered over. So this has
No.
been bumped into a little bit of something that's it's cracked the paint, hasn't it? On
So-
my side, so I'm on the driver's side.
Yeah, no, you're just below the light, and I've got one in a similar place towards the middle of the bumper, middle height of the bumper, and mine is a ding that's been pushed in.
Yeah.
It's recovered, and then somebody sanded it down and painted it.
Okay.
But they haven't sanded out any of the previous cracking that was in the base coats of paint.
Oh, yes,
which
I
are
see
now
that.
showing back through
Yes, I see
in the current coat of paint that's over the top of it. So that bumper has been
painted, hasn't it? Yeah.
Whereas the one on your side, that's damaged
After it's been painted.
after it's been painted.
Shall we move up and talk about these lights? So we'll move up from the bumper and talk about these.
Yeah,
lights.
those lights.
Yeah. Well, I
Those
think
ones.
they're called egg. What are they called? Not egg, not fried egg lights, but they're called egg white. Are they called or something? Or runny egg, isn't it?
Runny egg.
I think it is, and it doesn't it look like that when you look at it now.
Well-
I can sort of see. I never really got it before, but now there's been a bit of UV damage, and they're a little
makes
bit
perfect sense,
opaque.
yeah.
And the yellow on the on the bottom bit has gone a little bit lighter than the indicator. Obviously, different plastics.
It's a phrase I had forgotten. I
It
know
is
I
runny
haven't.
egg, isn't it?
It is runny egg,
Or
yeah,
is it
runny
fried
egg
egg?
lights.
No, it's runny egg, I think. Yeah.
Runny egg. Are we saying the same thing? Runny egg?
Well, I'm saying runny egg, but I'm thinking fried egg. But runny egg, yeah.
Well,
okay.
let's go with funny eggy lights. It's a bit... Gus, I've got to say this. I don't like them.
I don't really like them. They
I
do specifically age the car. Don't
I
they?
think they do, yeah. I think this sort of funny shaped light arrangement was very much a thing of the time.
Yeah.
And I don't think it's really stood the test of time.
No,
which is a pity, because it's a very brave, bold statement to make.
It must have been cheaper, mustn't it? Because the 911 of this age, so the 996, 911 had it as
Yeah.
well, didn't they? They carried it through the range, didn't
Did they?
Yeah.
No, they ruined a lot of cars then.
I don't know. It's a thing, isn't it? It's a thing.
It's not
I mean,
for-
it's a design thing, so you're going to either like it or you're not going to like it.
Yeah,
that's the
and
truth.
they did change them on on the later models.
Yeah, they changed
did
them
go
on the next
more
one, I
for
think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was quite brave and ballsy.
Yeah. It's a modernisation, isn't it? I'm sure that's how they saw it.
I mean, there's a lot of modernisations in this car.
Come on then. So you were
so-
going paint. You're going down the passenger side. Should we have a look at the bonnet?
The bonnet. So we're looking at the bumper. That's clearly been repainted because there's previous damage you can see underneath the paint.
Yep.
The bonnet's a bit more realistic because
Yeah.
that doesn't look like it's been painted.
It's got a lot of stone chips, though, hasn't it?
A lot of stone chips.
So I would say that this car's done a fair few miles.
Yeah.
There's a lot of stone chips all the way
There's
up
a
the
great
bonnet.
big ding in it up here as well.
Oh yeah. So in passenger side, the top of the bonnet.
That's quite a dent. I mean, that's not stone chip. That's somebody's dropped something on
it. It's an interesting shape, this bonnet, isn't it? That how it starts off so wide by the windscreen, then comes in, contours around the lights, and comes down. It's
an unusual seam line, isn't it? It's quite a snake to it.
It's a lovely. It is a lovely shut line. In actual fact, it's very.
It's nice.
It's very.
Yeah, because they could have chosen to put that shut line all the way up the bottom of this curve line here and gone for their very traditional shaped bonnets.
Yeah.
But they've gone. Oh, you know, well, let's up it again. I think that's kind of nice.
Yeah, I do as well.
Yeah.
I'd have to say. So we're saying that the bonnet, stone chipping on the bonnet, and then the ding
in the bonnet.
in there.
Coming down this side, though.
So we are on the passenger side.
Front wing, that's actually too good.
You
The
think that's hand
paintwork
paint?
on that is...
This is our new detectorist thing, isn't it? Where we are detecting paintwork.
Yeah.
And
that paintwork's better than factory. I would suggest that being so good, we are actually looking at a wing that's been painted.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's all right, isn't it? I mean, as long as it's been done nicely, we're okay with that.
Yeah, it has been done very nicely.
It's a very good job.
Too nicely.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
That was...
It's the same with the door. Look, here's proof of paint. See, there's just a tiny little speck of dirt in it.
Oh, there is, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
just
really, yeah. There's a ding on there as well. So we're on the passenger door, and there's a...
Oh, that's a hell of a...
That's a bit of a crease, isn't it?
That's a full-on, you know...
Yeah.
3 inches.
Yeah, that's a... Can I just say that when you first see this car, so we're on the passenger side, the calipers, and this is the thing, isn't it, with these Boxsters, the calipers have got oxidisation on them. The aluminium, I suppose it's billetted aluminium, isn't it? Caliper has got is oxidised, and it would be really easy to take that off, wouldn't it, the oxidisation, and paint that grey again. And that would really smarten the look of the car up, wouldn't it?
That really would. I mean, big, fat, great calipers are what people like.
Yeah.
I mean, they don't have to be painted bright yellow or red. They don't have to be too, you know...
No, I don't think I would. I think you'd just paint them grey like they were. I think they were originally grey.
The Porsche is not being about being brash. It's not about being brash.
No.
It's about being, well, German.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there for a purpose.
Form and function, exactly that,
Yeah.
Yeah, and these, I mean, that's what Porsche were all about, weren't they? Form and function. And I think they've tried very hard to carry that through with this car, which they've softened it all, haven't they? They've made it more acceptable to people.
Yeah.
That's what this car is all about.
Yeah.
Mass appeal, isn't it?
Yeah.
You've not got to be...
No, you don't have to
the
be
mad
Sterling
lone
Moss to be able
wolf
to
driver.
drive it.
Yeah, you can own this car.
Lone wolf driver, is that what you said?
Yeah.
Yeah, brilliant. Lone wolf driver.
I think that was the thing, wasn't it? Cutting across continents in your 911.
Oh, down the Autobahn. no, this is the sort of thing that you could, you know, anybody could own it and drive it enthusiastically without fear that they're going to kill themselves.
Yeah.
This side, that's been repainted. The front wing's been painted.
Yeah. Do you think the door is as well?
Passenger door.
Do you think?
Has definitely been repainted.
Oh,
yeah,
you were saying about the little bits of... Yeah, it's very good though, isn't it?
It's a very nice job. Yeah, it's surprising. It's such a nice job, but there's still a couple of little blemishes in it where specks of dirt have landed in the paint.
Oh, yeah, you can see that there,
while it's been wet.
Yeah.
And so I'm starting to get slightly suspicious.
Probably all the way down.
Rear wing and rear bumper have all been painted.
Let me have a look on the other side. So I'm going round to the driver's side.
This car's had a lot of paintwork on it.
Yeah. So I think this side, so we're on the driver's side, it's got a little dent. So there's an air intake behind behind the door at door handle height, which is the air intake for the engine, and that's got a bit of a. It looks the light's catching it strangely. I think it's got a bit of a ding on it, hasn't it, which hasn't been taken out.
Yeah, we're lucky enough that we're in a workshop that's got strip lighting.
Yeah, so
and
it's
strip lighting
showing everything up.
Yeah, gives you can really see what's going on.
Yeah,
with
there's a little
paintwork.
ding here, and in actual fact, on the behind the wheel arch on the driver's side, there is another ding as well.
Gus,
What? Are they different?
those air scoops
Yes.
are different either side.
Are they?
You see
so this
this
one
one?
sits. I thought that
This
was,
one sits in,
and the other one sits out.
and the other one sticks out.
Do you think that's a thing?
Look at that. Now that looks.
That's weird.
That's-
Yeah, but that looks like it's how it's supposed to be. Don't touch, William. Don't touch.
They're different.
They are different, aren't they? That's interesting. This one fits in, the other one fits out. Well, there's a thing.
Yeah.
We need to look at that. I don't
We
know
do.
if that's.
Yeah, that's. I mean, it's not unusual. Come on. They know what they're doing. Porsche know what they're doing. It's
Yeah.
like, okay, so this one's going to be slightly different on this side.
Yeah.
Because closer to the centre of their road, not the curb.
I bet there's a reason for it.
The air comes into it differently.
Yeah, definitely.
That's interesting.
so there's
we'll
a couple
put-
of dings, isn't there? Mm-hmm. Do you want to do your calibration?
Well, I'm kind of working on this principle. We have got in the front bumper.
Yeah.
We've got big ding here.
Are we going to call these dings or we can call them dongs?
Well, that's going to be a ding on this side because I think a dong's bigger than a ding.
Okay, okay.
Right, okay.
It sounds diminutive for ding, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
okay.
That's a great dong there, then.
Okay, I'm with you
so
with that.
front bumper, got a ding and a dong and a split in the paint there.
And what are we going to call this scattering of stone chips on the bonnet?
More like
Dings.
sort of, dings.
I think dings,
A
yeah.
collection. I don't know what the collective noun is.
I think collective
collection.
noun of ding is dings.
Yeah, dings.
Yeah? I don't know.
Yeah.
And then what are you going to call that on the top of the
That's a
bonnet there?
dong.
That's a dong. Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
And then we've got a great big diagonal dong in this door down here.
Are you keeping count, or we
No.
But we're recording them, so that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I think
Yeah,
somebody's
if you want to know the actual number,
count them.
do the math.
Do you think the dent puller bloke? Do you remember the guy who we got out? Do you think he'd be? I bet he would be able to pull those
I
out.
think
wouldn't
on
he?
ones where the surface of the paint isn't damaged.
That's his criteria,
That's his
isn't it?
thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. If
Yeah,
the
anything that is the paint's not
If
split.
the paint's not scuffed or cracked or damaged, then the dent doctor can make your day.
So the dent doctor could make our day with at least 2 of these, 3 of these.
That one.
But he wouldn't be able to do the bumper and he wouldn't be able to do the bonnet, would he?
No, but that's a good. Well, that bonnet needs repainting.
Mm.
And this wing's got a lot of stone chips in this as well. So
Yeah.
on the driver's side front wing.
Yeah.
Yeah, so clearly, passenger side of the car's been resprayed.
Yeah, for one
Because
reason or
it's
another.
just too good. It's just too good.
And we don't know the reason for that, do we? Yeah.
This
Okay.
side of the car, the driver's side of the car, I think that sort of presents as a very honest
Yes.
side of the car because it does have those little battle scars.
Well, I would have said so, yeah.
But it's a fair smattering of dings and dongs.
Yeah. Well, it's been well used. I suspect it's probably, well, I'm going to say quite high mileage, but it's probably over 100,000, isn't it? I would say.
Quite possibly, yes. Yeah. Well, I'd like to go further into this car, but I know we're kind of at the end of part 1. Should we have a
Yes,
little
okay.
sit down and a cup of tea?
Let's have a sit down and a cup of tea.
Yeah.
Then we'll go into front bonnet, back bonnet.
Yeah.
Are they called bonnets if they're at the back?
Well, we're in England, so we can call them bonnets.
Okay.
Yeah, and 2 bonnets is better than none.
Yes.
And better than 1.
Yes.
Yeah.
Possibly.
Let's see if we can play the magic game of how to get them open.
Okay.
Have we got the keys? No.
No, but they've got those very iconic Porsche levers on the sill down by the
You're
driver.
one step ahead of me, aren't you?
Come on, let's have a cup of tea. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Right, so we're back with our well, you call it bottle green. I'm just going to call it green. Boxster, W Reg, so 2000, 2.7.
Yeah.
So,
Okay, and not the 3.4 because it's not new enough for that.
no, I've just talked to the owner of this car, and he didn't pay 6 for it. He paid 4 for it.
Oh,
Can you believe it?
well,
Yeah.
you're kidding me.
No.
That seems like an awful lot of car for that money.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I'm getting
Yeah.
okay, no,
So we're.
but he's a trader.
He is a trader. He is a trader.
Cool. So he knows your ethos.
Yeah, well, he
Got to
did.
buy well, sell well.
Yeah, when you start looking at it in the foreground, there's very good car for us to
That's
buy, isn't
a
it?
lot of money. Yeah, that's a lot of car for the money.
Shall we have a look
That's
under the
incredible.
bonnets then? Now,
Yeah,
now
I'd
that's
love
a bit,
to. I would
bit of a
really, really love
revelation.
to.
So
because I do know, and I don't know very much about these, but I know they've got two.
two bonnets. This is the
One,
rear
back
bonnet, and
bonnet.
this is the
Front bonnets.
Less crisp.
Yeah, that's the FB, the front bonnets.
Yeah.
Which
okay.
has
Has
opened.
it actually opened it?
It has. Oh no.
Oh, well, it's
Oh
got
no,
clear.
it must have a bonnet catch.
Of course it has.
Because it's at the front. Because you don't want that surprise, do you?
You don't.
When you accidentally pull the bonnet release on the Autobahn. You know, the shield of invisibility for the world in front of us, your bonnet is now wrapped over the roof of the car.
That has happened to me in a minor before.
Has it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's
bonnet came right up, flew off, broke the hinges and flew off.
Well, you were lucky it flew off.
Really
because
lucky. Because bizarrely, you can't see anything.
No.
And
Weird,
don't you think, oh, the bonnet's come up, you look round it, but you can't look round it.
Not a thing.
You can't see
Not
a thing.
an absolute thing. It's going to turn inside out on the windscreen of your car. You're going to have a perfect imprint of your
Scary.
windscreen in your bonnet. which
It's
is
okay.
what-
Come on, let's have a look in here, shall we?
Right.
Well, it's good. It's a good size, isn't it? Is it
Well,
bigger
that's
than you thought? Smaller than you thought?
Well, I'm amazed actually. That's cavernous.
So we're in the front bonnet of the Porsche Boxster.
Yeah, which
It's big, isn't
I mean,
it? Yeah.
Porsches have never had any room in any of their storage facilities anywhere, and now all of a sudden, I mean, look.
You say that, but in actual fact, this and a 911, they're a similar sort of thing. Unless you've got one of the sort of racy RSRs,
Yeah.
which has got a petrol tank in the front, there's plenty of space in there.
Check this out.
Will is now climbing into the bonnet space.
I can actually.
Is it front boot? Can I call it front boot?
No, it's got to be a bonnet.
It can't be the front boot, can it?
Yeah, no, it can't. Got back boot.
Yeah, back boot.
Yeah, front boot, back boot.
Yeah.
Could do. I mean, it's nice. Check. Don't go
No.
shutting the
Oh my
lid.
goodness, that
No.
sends the shivers down me, shutting the lid.
Look.
Oh no, that's not nice.
Look
is
at
it?
that, I'm in.
You are in, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, you might be putting a dent in the roof, but you are.
I'm glad
sort
I'm
of
not gaffer taped.
Yeah, ooh, yeah. But when I was photographing these, when I was a photographer, I used to be able to get all my kit, and I used to carry with a lot of kit, all my kit in the front of one of these.
Yeah.
I mean, it's a big space, isn't it?
Well, that is a big space, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you get tons of stuff. Nothing long. But, you know, if it's square and compact,
Yeah.
you've got a ton of room.
Camera bag, light bag,
Yeah.
tripod.
Okay, well, I'd be thinking spanner bag,
Yeah.
tool bag, trolley jack. Space-saving spare wheel
Oh, yeah, look at
is
that. Lovely.
actually, I mean, I would say that's a ton better looking than the actual wheels that are on the car.
Yeah, well, there's a reason for that, because we are looking at the spare wheel, which is A, in red, B, is aluminium. But C, it's the same shape as the speed lines on the 1.9 GTI Peugeot, isn't it?
Oh, that's
It is,
hilarious.
isn't it?
It's so very, very similar,
Very
isn't
similar
it?
shape, yeah.
Yeah, and which we all know is one of the best looking wheels that was ever made.
The yardstick for aluminium wheels. Isn't
Yeah.
it?
That's a fantastic looking spare wheel.
Yeah, it is.
It's a pity it is only 3 inches wide.
And let's get back to this car in particular. But this is the carpet's a bit grubby. It could do with a buff up, couldn't it? But
yeah,
you know,
yeah, and I'm
these are all
sure. Well, it's
places-
had a bit of use, hasn't it?
Yeah,
Yeah.
But it's good.
We've got everything else we need. There's a CD auto changer.
There
That's
is a
always very
CD auto
important.
changer, isn't it?
Oh.
Don't touch.
No, I'm not going
Oh,
to.
no,
I
you-
want to
no,
see
you-
what's in
and
there.
not only have you touched it,
I
you've
want to
taken
see
it
if
out and then you've turned it over.
I want to see if Belinda Carlisle's in here.
No, you're gonna
Which
have to
way
look.
round did it go?
Well, exactly that. There we go.
Click,
And
close.
it closed. He's
There
put
you
it
go.
away, and
See
it's
the auto
documented that
changer.
he's put it away.
And it's got the other important things. It's washer fluid.
Yeah, washer fluid.
And that brake fluid.
Yeah.
Yeah, and possibly clutch fluid too.
Well, that's great.
Well, there you go.
Right, let's get this bonnet down and go around the
Okay.
back. Shall we have a look in the back? So that's good.
Yeah. That's all quite nice, isn't
Yeah, it's
it?
clean,
you know,
yeah.
There's a few signs of age, wear and tear. Well, no surprise.
No surprises there.
Shuts nicely.
Although it's not shut.
That is. Oh, yeah. It sounded great, you know? We like to do the front bonnet, back bonnet, and door test.
Yes.
Did you click this one?
Did I click this one? Yes, I think
Yes,
I
you
did.
did.
Here we go. And
You ready?
Yes.
Ta-da!
Hey, I clicked it. So
The gas struts are
gas struts are gone.
seen better days.
Are you going to hold that up?
I'm going to have to.
Is it completely disappointing not to see an engine?
Well,
Or is it just
yeah.
slightly disappointing?
Well, I mean, I know that this is a mid-engine car, so not seeing it right here
Yeah.
is thrilling.
as you would expect,
Yeah.
because if it was here, it would be wrong.
Yeah, it would be too far back. So not seeing it there is good, but when you lift a bonnet, you do want to see an engine.
Yeah. But I think this is interesting and very telling. So here, so on the top right-hand side of the boot, we have our dipstick, our oil filler, and our coolant filler.
But that's it.
That's it. But I remember it first in the... No, I remember it first in an Audi A2, and then in this. It was the start of the do not interfere with our engine. You don't need to see our engine. You don't need to touch our engine. All you need to do is put oil into it and coolant into it. That's all you can do. That's your job. No buts. That's just your job.
But I want to see the engine.
Well, I want to see the engine.
I want to see the engine. I want to
Yeah.
feel the engine. I want to get it. I want to know how it works. I want to know how it's bolted together.
Of course.
I don't, you know.
But you can't actually see it in this car.
Well, okay, so if I go out and buy one of these,
Yeah.
and all of my mates are going to go, yeah, brilliant, right, now let's see the engine. I go, oh, yeah, sorry. No, this is a sanitised version of a car.
Yeah.
Well, you're not allowed to see the engine at all.
But that's what it was. A part of this car's appeal to the masses is that it's not dirty, smelly, oily. It's a piece of design, sir, and the engine is just what propels it. It's
I'm
interesting.
disappointed.
It's
to say the least.
It's disappointing to us, but can you imagine, like, the generation that this appealed to? I'm going to say yuppies. That's not. Is yuppie still a thing?
Well,
what do I mean by that? I mean professionals, modern professionals who aren't going to get their hands dirty.
No, and they do not want to know what's under the bonnet.
It's derogatory. I didn't mean it to be derogatory, but that's what I mean.
Yeah.
But people who don't want to get their hands dirty,
Yeah.
they're looking at this, they're seeing the design.
Which is fair enough, because not everybody's like us.
No, exactly.
So, you know, and Porsche were producing something, they were coming away from that well-engineered car where it was all about the mechanics of the car, and they're actually producing a car for the driving experience for the people.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the
Still
difference.
well engineered.
Oh, beautifully
Didn't go away from
well-engineered.
that.
Well, it must be a ton
softer.
better engineered, because you don't even need to go do anything to it apart from check its blood pressure.
Yeah.
Just looking at the lettering across the back where it says Boxster.
Yes.
That's a strong font.
It is a strong
It's a very
font.
strong font, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they're actually like Boxster.
Well, you know,
I mean,
Boxster is referring to the engine because it's
Yeah, the Boxster,
opposed.
yeah.
Opposed 6. Yeah. I understand what you're saying. This car was very much the production version of the concept. The concept was very similar to this. There was a lot of that sort of James Dean Spider. You know, it was in silver. The concept. And
Yeah.
It had well, everyone trades on a heritage, don't they? And they were leaning on that heritage very heavily with this
Yes.
car. There's a lot of 911Qs on this car, isn't there? There really is. But they've done a good job. Shall we have a look at the inside of it?
I'd like to, yeah. And I've already positioned myself carefully
On the pilot's side?
on the driver's side, the pilot's side.
Okay, well,
so I can
I'm
jump
supposed
in
to be
here.
presenting this car, so I will go round to the initial...
I have noticed something quite funny.
What's that?
On the back of the driver's seat, on the headrest,
yeah.
there's somewhere to hang your shopping bags.
That's handy, isn't it?
Yeah, but nowhere
no
below
space
it.
below it.
For your shopping bag to be.
Yeah.
And if it's where you can hang a fine silk blouse
Oh, maybe that's what it's for.
in the gap in between that and
So
the
let's
back
have a
and
look at the seats then. Full leather, nice leather. Passenger side is
It's
in
a
very
sort
nice
of-
condition, actually.
It's like, you know, it's like halfway between a tough leather and a soft leather, isn't it? It's quite nice.
It's thick. It feels thick. Whether it is
feels
thick or not.
thick, with
Yeah, it feels
smooth cheeks, headrest, and kidney cheeks as well. And then the leather in the centres is a perforated black leather.
Yeah.
It's all black. The seat's all leather with a
Are they black or are they dark
with
grey?
white stitching. Oh, let's not get into that. Yeah, it is black.
black.
Okay, I'm in it. I've slipped into this nice leather-bound seat, which I think is slightly softer for its wear.
Yeah, I guess
But
so.
it's comfy.
It is comfy, yeah. It's
Yeah, and
grippy.
it's good in the lumbar.
I mean, I am sporting a woolen jumper today, and I must say my woolen jumper is a little bit skiddy on it.
Is it?
Yeah, it's not. I mean, if I was naked, it would be holding me better.
Yeah, it would be grippy better. I'm kind of glad you're not.
I'm glad you're
It would be
So
hilarious.
everybody else getting that.
Hey, today we're going to be doing the Naked Podcast.
I wonder
Watch this.
what you'd have to wear if you were wearing a leather jacket or something.
Yeah, well, I've got this is sort of no, not really. I'm a bit slippy, but I'm wearing a sort of a a sort of like slightly padded work gilet.
I'm going gilet, yeah.
Yeah, with pockets for everything.
Yeah.
And so many pockets, you can't find what's in your pockets because you haven't got enough time to check through all of them. So you lose things on a regular basis.
How are you finding the seat? Again, the Porsche are leaning heavily on their heritage with these dials, aren't they?
That's a cluster.
Because the big thing that you see in front of you is a rev counter.
That is it. That is Porsche through and through. But I mean, that's a cluster of clocks. They're overlaying each other. They're overlapping. The one in the centre, the rev counter, that's their thing, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, they love a bit of that. Rev counter.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, that's the most prominent. Bang in the centre. And then the other two clocks, we've got the speedo on the left-hand side, and we've got pressures, pressure, temperature, and fuel on the right-hand side. And they seem to be like underlapping. They seem to be behind the rev counter in a, like a fan of cards where one overlaps the other.
Would you
That's
say
a good look?
Would you say that was a modern interpretation of three separate dials?
Oh, yeah,
because it would have been
definitely.
three separate dials prior to that.
This has been done with style and pizzazz as well.
Yeah, but they are leaning on that heritage, aren't they?
Yeah, they've got it. And that's really, I'm liking it. The other thing that's working quite well as well is this little visor that runs over the top of the cluster. That's really interesting because it stands out individually from the dash panel itself.
Yeah.
It's got a very clear line of it being another piece on top.
Yeah, it's definitely the binnacle, isn't
It's the binnacle.
Yeah.
That's very, very clearly defined.
Yeah.
And it's got something I've never seen before,
I've never
which I
noticed that,
really
although
like.
I must have done at the time.
You can actually see through the steering wheel, through underneath the visor bits, over the clocks, and out through the windscreen.
You can actually see through it. So if you adopted your normal driving position, you'd be able to look through that, wouldn't you?
Yeah, but you can't adopt it in here because you can't get
You
down
can't
low
get
enough.
far enough back.
But I know who would be able to get down low enough. You know, in garden centres, when you see little old people driving their cars.
Yeah.
And they're peering through the top of the steering wheel. It's just it's exactly the right height for them. So just imagine, I'm holding it at 3,000 RPM, okay? And I've got it in reverse.
And you're riding the clutch.
And I'm riding the clutch because I'm in a garden centre.
Yeah. It's important to ride the clutch in a garden
I've got it in reverse, but I'm still staring out the front really, really hard.
You can see through that, can't you?
That's
a funny thing, isn't
Can
it?
you see my fingers?
Yeah.
Can you see that?
Yeah.
All the way
Yeah,
through.
but that's really interesting.
It's got the probably original Porsche
Radio in it.
sound system,
Yeah, nice.
which is
It was
things
this.
like that have often been ripped out, haven't they?
Yeah, because the hard plastics of cars of this age, because we had an SLK this sort of age, didn't we? And the hard plastics, which had this sort of soft touch painted on them,
yeah.
effectively,
Yeah.
had changed its composition, hasn't it? It had changed its
it had
molecular.
broken down somewhat.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
had started to decompose.
Yeah, and we
Yeah.
had to get it all
It
taken off.
I
Didn't
feel
we?
like it all been smeared in sort of like honey. That's
That's exactly what it looked like. Yeah, it was really sticky, wasn't it?
It was
a
horrible.
shocker. But we got it taken off and we got it repainted. But this is good, isn't it? It's in relatively good nick. Door cards look neat, don't they? They look very neat on both sides.
Very purposeful.
Oh,
And it's quite, because I mean, Porsche, they've gone into this sort of world of producing a modern car. What have you found?
no, it's just that the carpet at the bottom of the door card's quite dirty. And I was looking at yours, and yours is quite dirty as well. That could do with a buffer.
It wasn't me.
No, I'm not saying it was you, but I'm just saying that if you're looking for margins on this car,
Yeah.
that's the margin. Well, that sounds nice.
It's the bits.
It does sound nice for a
It does
convertible.
sound
That
nice.
sounds great, doesn't
Yeah.
it? I think I'm used to my mini door closing, which has got quite a rattle because the glass is loose.
It's bits and pieces rattling around in the bottom of it.
So what I was going to say earlier is that I assumed this car had done about 100,000 miles. I've just found out that it hasn't. It's done 85,000 miles. So it's done less miles than we thought it had done. It cost £2,000 less.
Less than we thought.
So it's looking like quite a bargain. But my calculation of how much these cars was worth is probably actually, I mean, I only did it from looking on the internet last night.
Yeah.
And I was seeing them from sort of 6 to 10.
Okay.
But in actual fact, this first generation, I mean, you'd want, if you could, you'd want the first generation 2.7 with a different interior. You wouldn't necessarily want the Spangler interior. So you'd want this type of car. This is in green, which is exceptional. Most of them are silver.
Silver cars are just a little bit dull.
They are.
Far too many silver cars out there. They have no pizzazz.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. So it's got quite a lot going for it, this car. Really.
It has. So, apart from the bodywork.
Well, exactly. So let's play the game. Let's see if we were to buy this car, what we thought we would be able to buy it for, and where we thought we would be able to get it, because this car is actually for sale.
Okay. So we haven't heard the engine run.
No, but it is supposed to be very good.
Right. Okay.
So
we'll take that at face value.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. So the engine's good.
Yeah.
And the car drives nicely.
Drives very nicely.
Good. That's good to hear. So we are looking at a car now where the interior is in superb condition.
It's great, isn't it?
There's no actual, I found one panel down here which could do with a bit of repair, paint up.
Yeah,
that's it.
Other than that, it's literally just a carpet clean, isn't it?
Yeah, and detailing.
Yeah, detailing, as it would be in the front. I'm going to say boot, but I want to say bonnet.
Front bonnet. Front bonnet, rear boot.
Yeah.
So super duper clean up through. It's the paint.
Yeah.
It's the paint that lets it down.
Very expensive.
That side of the car, your side, because we're sat in it now, you're on the passenger side of the car. All the paintwork is superb because it's been repainted.
Yeah. Yeah.
We don't know what's behind that paintwork. We're hoping it's just a series of chips and dings that have been addressed.
Yeah.
Down this side of the car, it's a series of chips and dings that almost join together.
Yeah.
Because there are so many of them. So the bonnets, the bumper at the front,
but they're
the
not
whole of the driver's side of the car needs painting.
Well, hang on. I think you'd be able to get the dent on the rear of the driver's side wheel arch. I think that would probably come out. I think you'd get somebody to come and get the one on the bonnet out, our friend, and I think you'd probably be able to get someone to get the one on the door done. So then you're only talking about bonnet and bumper, aren't you?
I'll go for a bit more paint. Okay. I would say we're into, at least a grand's worth of paint on this car.
Yeah, and that would probably be more than that, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Okay, so you're talking about grand. Then you're going to do
calipers.
You're going to paint the calipers. Well, that's easy. That's quite a nice.
Yeah, that's
take them off,
job.
clean them up, repaint them grey.
Do you think that nowadays it would be possible for us to go in and get access to Porsche's very secret, hidden away engine and actually carrying out all the service work on it ourselves?
I haven't even looked into that. I assume you do it from underneath.
Somebody's got to do it, and I'm pretty good with the Jemmy bar.
Yeah.
So let's say we can do that.
Yeah.
At least we can get in there and make sure that everything's okay.
Yeah. So you're selling this car so that it's been serviced and has been painted so that when you look at it, you look round it. You're not going to say, You're just going to go,
Yeah, that's all really good.
Yeah.
Because at the moment it's all like, there's chips in it everywhere.
There are.
And that's the difference.
There are.
So we paid for.
Yeah.
So this is a hypothetical one. So if we paid for this, do we think we can make any money knowing that we've got a grand's worth of paint, 500 quid's worth of servicing, bits and pieces, and this and that and everything else?
Yeah.
And then our time on top of that, how much can we get
our
this
time
car
gets
up?
squashed, doesn't it? But yeah, it's never gonna happen, is it?
No.
I don't think. I don't think.
If we got to buy,
it's tantalising if we could get it. If we could get it that cheap, but this car won't be for sale if that's cheap. That's what it's bought for. We would have to get it to make a profit out of it. You'd have to get it that cheap, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And you'd have, would us spending $2 and a bit grand on it, which is what it would be effectively, would that bring it up to a place where where you'd get that exponential lift in price?
I think it's sailing a very, very, very fine line. Yes, I'm
sailing a fine line.
Yeah, I know, but on this one, it's like, because it's a Porsche, if anything in the drivetrain or engine area needs something more than just service parts, then it's going to be too expensive. It's going to blow us out of the water.
Yeah, anything that needed to be purchased.
This is fear showing.
Yeah, no, I get it, but it's the question that we would have to ask if we were going to do one. And I'd like the idea of doing one, but like so many cars, the margins are very small, aren't they?
We've got to make a decision.
Yeah, well, we're not good at paint, are we? So
we've got to pay someone else.
Yeah, we'd probably get away with a bumper, wouldn't we?
Yeah, maybe. Lower section.
Bonnets are difficult, aren't they? They're big and flat.
Yeah, they're quite tricky.
Go on,
I think we know the answer.
I think we both know the answer.
We're going to have to step away from the Porsche.
Yeah, we are.
Yeah.
Interesting car, though.
I've got to say, it is a really nice car to look at.
Yeah.
Because I know a little bit about the old 911s. Not very much. I know too much about 924, which we shall never speak of again.
924 leaves a dark brown stain on
In
my soul.
mind, yes, a drizzly brown stain.
Poor old thing. Right, that's it. We're gone.
That's it.
Till next time.
Hey,
Thank you for listening.
Yeah, thank you very much. And is it my turn next?
Yes, your turn next.
Cool.
The Flipping Bangers podcast features Gus Gregory and Will Trickett, is produced by Dan Allum, and is a Just Mike TV production. International copyright is asserted. All opinions are personally held. Audio engineering is by Stephen O'Toole. We've used a sample of music composed by Tatimi and Lenny B at Upbeat. If you'd like to get in touch, please visit justmike.tv or chat to us via Instagram at Flipping Bangers. Thanks for listening.